We will be using scissors and colored paper. Glue sticks are optional. Make sure to check out the using scissors video before beginning this lesson. The goal for this project is to draw, cut out, and arrange shapes into an original artwork. An original artwork is a new piece that hasn't been made before. In the following video, you will see different cutting techniques that you can use to create the shapes that you will arrange. Arranging is placing the shapes onto a piece of paper. The first option is to use the shapes that we cut in the practice cutting video. We'll take a marker or a pencil and trace around the shape that we had previously cut out. This simplifies the drawing process. After that, we'll use our safety scissors and go in from the closest or shortest edge to the shape. So I turned mine to the side. I cut around the black line and turned the paper as I was cutting to make it easier for me to move my hand. For the second option, we will still be drawing and cutting out the shapes. However, this time we will not be tracing the shape with a marker or a pencil, but drawing it by looking at it. To draw something from studying or looking at it is to reference it, which is what we are doing in this video. After referencing the shape, we will come to the shortest side, which for me was by turning the page, and we will cut along the lines of the triangle. A triangle has straight lines, so it's nice to cut. For option 3, we will be drawing and tearing the paper. It's up to you whether you draw from reference, which is what I will be doing, or by tracing. Tearing is a great option if you have difficulty cutting or if you want to experiment with a new practice. To tear, I again start at the shortest side and use my fingers to separate the paper outside of the line from the line itself. Option 4 is to use pre-existing shapes. These could be cut from your practice video or cut by a family member. For the next few minutes, we will be exploring the 4 different options for cutting and tearing. The goal is to cut or tear shapes of different sizes and colors if you're using colored paper. These will be the shapes that we will arrange into an artwork soon. Remember, you can trace or reference, and you can cut or tear. I would encourage you to try a variety of all 4 options. We are now ready to begin the final step of this project, arranging the shapes. Remember, the skill of arranging is simply placing a shape or an object on a piece of paper in a specific way. Will your arrangement be a pattern that repeats? Will it have unity or emphasis on one specific shape? Will it be balanced, the same on one side as it is the other? Symmetrical? Your piece doesn't have to create anything recognizable. It could be like mine, which is just an arrangement of shapes to create an abstract work of art. Your piece could also be representational. You could use a square and a triangle to form a house, and your arrangement could be a small landscape. Your shapes could form a person and make an abstract portrait. During this time, you have freedom to arrange your shapes however you want to. I'll remind you that the option to use a glue stick is still available, so once you lay out your shapes into a pattern or design that you like, feel free to glue them down so that you can have a more permanent piece of art. but otherwise you can also leave your shapes loose and come back to this as a practice of arranging and rearranging your shapes to create an artwork that is constantly changing. Once your piece is complete, you are ready to photograph it. You can use a camera or a phone, but it's important that you take an image of your work. Once you have that image, we're going to submit them to Google Classroom. You may have done this before, but once you do, I would like you to fill out the link with your name, homeroom teacher, and your image. I'm excited to see your work.
My heart.